What's up, people? This is Alexander. Obviously, topic of discussion that I feel like ranting about: stress and stress management and stress perception. How do you handle stress? So much ado is made of the capacity to tolerate stress, the capacity to endure stress, the capacity to, like I said, handle stress. You know, it's made out to be a big deal. You know, let's just say, pop psychology, socially, you can handle stress, you're going to be successful. If you want to be successful, you want to do anything, you'd be able to endure stress, like I said, yada, yada, yada. Hey, Alexander. Hi, Angie. Anyway, but I'm not talking about stress handling, per se. What I want to talk about, really, is stress perception. Since as I've interacted with a lot of you, and as my clientele has grown the past year in regards to people I've worked with, more so on a one-on-one coaching aspect, I've realized that the perception of stress affects people far more than the actual quantitative amount of stress in their life. So how you view what is happening to you, your mentality, that dramatically shapes, or really that dramatically decides whether you believe that you have a lot of stress to take on or not. It does. And the example I gave out recently was, I had a friend yesterday who called me. She was having essentially like a panic anxiety attack, and it was managed to call me on the phone. She wanted to, hear my voice, and I kind of talked her through it. But her stress that she perceived as being, I guess, highly damaging or just, difficult to bear, her stress came from the fact that she was applying to grad school. She needs to get really good grades. She needs to build these relationships. That's cutthroat and it's competitive. That's what she was stressed out about. And I told her, and I was very lovingly blunt about it, that's not real fucking stress. That's not stress at all. That's just requirements you have to fulfill, and you have full 100% capacity to do the work required to make all of those things happen. And yes, is there always a chance that maybe nothing works out? Of course you could fail. But guess what? That is entirely within your domain of control, as I say. She had total physical and mental control over the work she was doing, over the quality of work, over the people she was talking to. Every step in the process, she has direct capability to affect and really decide the outcome of. So her stress, her catastrophizing, it was based on nothing. Because if she does everything right, and she's intelligent enough and can work hard enough to do what she can, if she does everything right and what is required of her, there is no reason that getting to grad school, that getting to the program she wanted to get into, there's no reason it wouldn't happen. So she has poor stress management, as I told her. Which is better, white rice or brown rice? White rice. Brown rice is overrated. And that's a simple example, obviously. But I had the same thing with clients even that are in nursing school or medical school, where that's a highly stressful environment where you have to handle situations which can legitimately be life or death. I would characterize that as, yes, that is stressful. But if you are capable of making those decisions, will you get through it? Yes, you will. You will. Because, again, domain of control. If you're someone that you study, special forces guys. I have friends that are in special forces. They're obviously very considered, very successful, accomplished. They're warriors, as is often said, absolutely. How do they get through the selection process? How do they handle basic training? How do they handle, what they have to handle? Mentality. They have a yes or no mentality. It's brutally simple. Either you're going to fucking take care of this and you will finish it and do it, or you won't and you're dead. That's it. SF dudes are badass. Yeah, special forces guys are very badass, but if you study their philosophy, it gets very romanticized in a certain way, but the day-to-day basis of how they make their decisions is extremely simple. Prior to the situation, what needs to be done, and you do it, you execute, and that's it. Your emotional reticence, your fucking feelings about it, your worry, your fear, the anxiety, it doesn't goddamn matter. It never fucking matters. No one's life situation improves because you worry, stress out, get anxious more. Being highly neurotic, well, the world will drive you freaking crazy. That's why highly neurotic people very rarely get anything done, or if they do get anything done, their forward momentum is so slow because they're constantly overcoming their own self-obstruction, their own self-made barriers. What are you selling here? I'm not selling anything. This is not a sell. There's no pitch at the end of this. I'm just ranting on a subject. Whether you find it valuable or not, that's entirely up to you. You need to build a better brand. I'm in the process thereof, thank you. But, point being, your domains of control, actions, beliefs, actions matter more than beliefs. Your actions matter more than emotions, I should say. If your emotions power your beliefs and your beliefs power your actions, then you are doing things correctly, more or less. If you are having to get over your own mental state constantly do anything, you will always be in your own way. So, therein lies the point. This is a yes-no situation. When it comes down to brass tacks in life, either it gets done and you do it, or you do not do it and it did not get done. Cut and dry. I'm talked out. Any questions, people? I can't imagine this is that difficult of a point to comprehend. What's your opinion on fruits? Do you eat them? Yeah, I do. I'll listen to the podcast where I talk about fruit and its role in health and the demonization of fruit. If anyone asks about 5x5, or girls, how do I talk to girls? I will metaphorically kill you. The guys that listen to you guys that are regulars listen to this, you know my fucking pet peeves. Clearly. Points of aggravation. Fucking 5x5 trading. What shampoo do you use? I use a shampoo that comes in a green bottle. I honestly have no idea what the brand is. I couldn't tell you. My hair just kind of looks like this. You are on fire lately. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I've been on a streak as of late. Oh, that's actually that has not been accidental. I've developed much better strategies and targeting for Laravel content and everything else. So, but obviously momentum is rolling pretty quickly at this point. So, it has been successful so far. Keep it going. Engineered it. Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, the plan is when I get to a certain level of followers, and when the email list maybe gets to 10,000 people, I'll probably write a book as to, to how I grew that following. Because I think at that point it'll at least be substantial enough where I'll have some credibility to it. But everything that I'm doing right now, it's all it's all strategies and tactics, and everything's a test in real time. Best source of slow releasing carbs? Oatmeal. Yeah, oatmeal's pretty reliable. How long have you been growing your hair? Oh Jesus. Well, I'm gonna have to think about this. Since last year in April, I want to say. Since last April? Yeah, last April. So I just had ballet right now. That's why it's all swept back and still in the, I guess semi-curled mode. Have you read a new Wall Street Playboy's book, Efficiency? Yeah, yes, that's a very, very good book. That completely, I slipped my mind. I meant to recommend that, I just haven't. But Efficiency, excellent book for you guys that, you still doing BJJ? No, not right now. I'm just in ballet full time. Yeah, for you young guys and girls that want a very pragmatic approach to living, and how to effectivize your time and your money and your income and your assets and your areas of study, and just your overall life in general, minute by minute. Efficiency, Wall Street Playboys, awesome book. Go buy it, read it. I have no affiliation with them. It's just excellent. People need to use the gym to de-stress and meditate. Yeah, the gym can. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. How important is the time frame for eating after working out? It depends on whether you ate before you worked out. If you were fasting, you need to eat immediately. If you're not fasting, you're eating regular, you can take some time. How long does it take you to read a book usually? 1 or 2 days. If it's 300 pages, let's say, or less, I'll read it in a day. If it's longer than 300 pages, it'll take 2 days. There are some cases where I've read very long books in a day, but that's where I just read the book. I sat down in the morning and read it and finished it by the evening. I read very, very quickly. Not speed read where I'm trying to read it fast, but my natural reading pace is, I think it's about 3 or 4 times that of a normal person. So I can consume and retain books. I guess probably at somewhat of an exceptional level. I'm not sure if that can be taught truly, so that's why I don't really bother talking about it. Plus, I don't want people to romanticize the idea that if you read a book really fast, that oh wow, it's amazing. But what matters is your attention and what it does for you. Winter is coming. Winter is coming, both literally and metaphorically. Why do you do ballet? Because ballet is the only thing in life I have ever fucking loved, purely and to totality. And when you love something that you would be willing to die and drop dead doing it, then you need to do it. Plus, I have aptitude at it enough that doing it is worth doing. Promoting your one-to-one Skype consulting sessions. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things I just have not promoted at all. If any of you care on this thing, yeah, I do Skype consulting, guys. Where it's an hour or it can be 2 hours. It's just contact me directly if you're interested. It's $200 hourly. That's the rate. That's what it is. But if you want to talk, talk about whatever. It can be fitness. You know, for my coaching clients, obviously that's usually what it is, where we talk weekly. I know this is not a question perhaps for taboo, but what are your thoughts on AAS dosages? That's honestly not that taboo, man. Anabolic steroid usage, if you want, let's just make this Periscope now about anabolic steroids. If you're going to use anabolic steroids where you are making the critical decision, and it is, like, okay, I'm a guy, I am deciding that I'm going to take anabolics. Now, when I say anabolic steroids, testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, is steroids. There's a very big difference, though, between taking a TRT dose, which, you know, typically speaking is usually 150, 200 milligrams weekly of testosterone, and taking a steroidal dose, which is 500 to 1,000 milligrams of testosterone. So 200 versus 800 milligrams, huge difference, okay? If you're on a TRT dose of testosterone, you will put on some muscle, you'll notice your health will improve, but a TRT dose of testosterone is not going to add 50 pounds of muscle to your body. A steroidal dose of testosterone, guys, let's say they take like 1,000 milligrams a week of test, like 1 gram, that will dramatically, freakishly change your physique. You know, on a level that you can't even really imagine until you witness it. I've had friends, you know, I have a lot of friends who are steroid users. I've seen guys that been on nothing. They weigh 199. They go on, you know, a full dose of testosterone, let's say 800 milligrams a week, and cycle something else. They'll put on 30 pounds of muscle in 6 weeks. And like 30 solid fucking pounds of muscle. Huge difference, okay? If you do that, you have to understand that there's going to be lifelong health ramifications and effects and just general issues that you're going to have to modulate and be aware of. Your liver health, your blood work, your testicular health, your ability to have kids. That's all going to be affected. You know, and so this is all off record. Let me say this too. This is not medical advice. This is all hypothetical entertainment. If you are going to use testosterone, based upon observational experience, it's better to start off with a moderate dose versus a high dose. Don't go on 1 gram a week. 500 milligrams, that's it. Start there, 500 milligrams a week, split it into 2 doses a week, 250 milligrams. That will, for most guys, that will completely fucking change your life. That will certainly change your body and your health. If you want to go higher than that, you can go higher than that. I've heard differing opinions. Some guys find that the more they use, like the more results they get, the results pretty much top out at 1 gram a week. If you use anything beyond that, so you're going to use DECA or EQ or whatever the hell, again, there's going to be health effects. Trembling, like it's going to dramatically affect your health. You have to keep that in mind. Now, you can read about that at different sources, but it's not something where you just inject it and it's like, oh, this is, you know, hunky-dory. There's going to be side effects. All right, guys, I got to go. My person I'm picking up is here. I'll talk to you all again. No, I got to cut this short, dudes. Got to cut it short. We'll talk about this another time.